This is your one and only 𝐈𝐸𝐸81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and today we are taking a look at some of the best base locations in Sons of the Forest. Let's get to it. Unlike all of the other locations that we are going to take a look at in this video, our first location is not raid proof. It is more like raid resistant. And that is because where it's set, there are only two small pathways that the cannibals or whatever is attacking you can actually get to your base, making it super easy to defend. You could easily put walls up, and because of where the base is, you could just shoot from the roof of your base and take the enemy out before they even realize what is going on. This location sets right at the backside of an absolute beautiful little pond area and has plenty of space to build a decent sized base. Now note that in each of these, I've built a little platform showing you where you would want to maybe start the base to give you a general idea of where the base would set, but there is much more building space in a lot of these locations than what I have actually built, because I didn't build full-on bases. And because the location is right next to water, that means you have an easy food source with fish. There's also little animals that run around, making it easy to trap squirrels and rabbits. And right on the other side of this little lake area or pond, whatever you want to call it, there is a helicopter with a bunch of lootable totes and other goodies. This means that every time you save and reload the game, you can come over here and loot some food, flares, tarps, and all kinds of other goodies. Note that they did recently hatch this out so that reloading would not refresh loot containers, but then they went through and did a hotfix and reset it back to the way it was until they find a better way to refresh loot. So currently in the game, this still does work in this location along with some others that I'm going to show you that have loot locations nearby. You can loot every time you reload the game. Moving on to our next location, you can see where it is here on the map. This location is absolutely amazing because it is in the middle of right underneath a waterfall, and there are a bunch of rocks and you can build right on top of those rocks. If you lay down a single board on top of one of the rocks, then you can easily build out from that, and it will continue to raise up that board, allowing you to make an easy foundation in the water. The interesting part about this is that specific spot where those rocks are, you can stand up in, allowing you to easily build, but all around it is deep water. Now there are two loot locations at this spot. Up on the waterfall above the base location, there is easy rope that you can harvest every time you reload the game, so you will never have a rope shortage. And in these coffins, you can find all kinds of other goodies, everything from rope to food to tarps to you name it. They're coffins, they're loot locations. It's awesome. Then right below where the base is, if you follow the water, there is a little tent encampment where you can get a free spear and just a ton of other loot, including the electronic boards from laptops and a radio. Because this location is moving water and right underneath a waterfall, it does not freeze. And as you can see from this demonstration, Mr. Slinky will not cross the water line because he knows he will drown, as well as the heavies. They everything just stands there at the shore and stares at you. Now, the one downside to this location, if you want to keep it raid proof, you can't make it much bigger than what I have here, but you can always build tall, and you honestly don't need a ton of space in this game anyway for your bases. Because of the loot and the fact that it is raid proof, there's tons of food in the form of little critters and fish in the water. This is an absolute fantastic place to set up a base, and easily one of my favorites. This next location is one that I've shown in the past, and I even did a build guide for this location, and it is absolutely phenomenal. So at this location, there is a rock, and you can build on top of this rock, and you can build a decent sized base on top of the rock. You can also build it down and over to the side a little bit as long as you don't get to the shore, and most things will not approach the base even if you build down along the side. This location has a food source and tons of little critters running all around, tons of birds as well. And if you move right up over the hill, there is a small little camp area which you can loot an absolute ton of stuff. This camp is just full of all kinds of different goodies in these totes, along with a radio as well. And as stated, this is a raid proof base location, one of the first ones I found and one of my favorites. As you can see, the cannibal just hangs out there, doesn't know what to do. Mr. Slinky just hangs out there, doesn't know what to do, doesn't know how to get to you. And if I come over here, you can see also Mr. Slinky does not know what to do or know how to get to you, showing that you can build over in this area as well, and you should be fine. And because so many people will insist that this area freezes. Here it is in the winter. You can see because it's moving water, it doesn't freeze. Anywhere in this game where there is moving water, it will not freeze. This next location is for people who want to build much larger. You can build an absolute massive base in this location that I'm showing you now. And because it is beside water, you also have, of course, unlimited supply of fish. Right off the water is dense forest, which has tons of critters running around in it, so you can easily set up traps. And of course, this one is raid proof, but it's semi-raid proof because during the winter, this water will freeze, allowing the cannibals and anything else to walk across the water and get to your base. So do keep that in mind. This last location is an absolute wild one. It is a cliffside base location. There isn't a whole lot at this location. There is a river directly below it, or a stream, which will allow you to fish and drink water. So it does have an easy food source and water source. However, the easiest way to get to it, honestly, is to just put a zip line, allowing you to easily zip line down to it and back up to your base. This location is indeed raid proof as well. It may not look like it is, but for some reason, the AI just can't path up to this location. As you can see here in this demonstration, the cannibal just stops chasing me and stands there at the bottom. I don't know if the slope is too steep and they can't walk up it or what, but they don't walk up it, nor does a slinky. And there is a little back path behind the base as well, and you may think that they're going to come down that path and get to you, but nope, they stop right up at the top of the hill and cannot walk down the side of the hill, and they just won't. I mean, I don't know if they can, but they won't. They just hang out up there and don't raid your base. This is also an absolute fantastic location if you can bring the glider to it, because right above it is a very tall, and you can jump off of right above your base and glide pretty much to any location on the map. However, the glider is kind of meh, and you'd have to bring it all the way to this location and then like hike it up the side of the mountain. Not sure if that's really worth it, but I did want to point it out. All right, and that is all I have for you for base locations today. If you found this video helpful or informational, consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other Sons of the Forest videos. And if you're looking for some more Sons of the Forest content, you can find a link to another one of my videos on the screen right now. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to all of my channel supporters for helping to keep these videos sponsor free. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to become an official channel supporter, check out the links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.